Mr. Collette, good morning. Your mother is in the courtroom. Mr. Collette, you're here because you've been accused of one count of criminal mischief. Mr. Collette, there is probable cause for this charge. This type of criminal mischief you're accused of is a first-degree misdemeanor. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you, Mr. Collette. I'm going to ask that you listen to Mr. McDaniel. Before we do that, ma'am, not only your mother, you're also the alleged victim. Is there anything you want to say?
Yes, I would like to see.
I want to make sure he can hear you also. So if you'll come into the microphone, make sure he can hear whatever you want to say.
I filled out the paperwork. I want to try and see if I can get him some kind of help because he has some mental issues going on where he sees things and hears things that's not there. And I think that he needs a psychological evaluation with the problems that he's having. I think some of it is drug related. I'm not really sure, but I really feel like that he needs help and not jail time.
Okay.
I just feel like that he needs some help. So I'm trying to do that.
Okay. Mr. Mitchell, any questions for Ms. Collette?
Not at this time.
Mr. McDaniel, any questions for Ms. Collette?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Collette, for
Thank
coming. So, Mr. Collette, let me see if the attorneys have any additional information. Listen to Mr. McDaniel, please.
I don't have anything, Your Honor.
Just requesting a bond.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Mitchell, anything?
We just request a reasonable bond under the circumstances and that he be subject to random UAs.
Okay. Tell me the basis for the random UAs. Was there an allegation of drug use?
Yes. When the deputy made contact with Miss Collette, she was making an allegation that he was on drugs and destroying the house. So allegation of drug use is mentioned in the complaint.
Yeah. Okay. It is. Thank you. So, Mr. Collette, what I'm going to do is, it looks like you've been to prison twice. Is that right, Mr. Collette?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Collette, I'm going to set your bond at $5,000 cash or surety. I'm going to have random analysis as a condition of your bond. Cash or surety means that you can go through a bondsman if you wish. Ma'am, what I'm also going to do is ask the jail to get life management to do an evaluation of Mr. Collette. And Ms. Collette, that evaluation may give us some guidance on where we go from here. I don't necessarily have a problem with releasing him to a program if we find the right program. Obviously, I've got to give the state a chance to have input and Mr. McDaniel before making that decision. So once life management meets with him, if they say he would benefit from a program, then the next question is what type of program. There's mental health programs, which are fewer than drug treatment programs. There's drug treatment programs, which we have several of. And then there's programs that deal with both, which are the hardest to find and rarest programs. So most programs deal with drugs or alcohol, but not both. And then you have dual diagnosis programs which deal with both, and those are the ones that are kind of hard to find. So let's see what the life management evaluation says, and we'll go from there. In the meantime, he has the right to a bond. If he posts a bond, or if you post a bond for him, then he'll be out of jail. Otherwise, he'll be there, and we'll see him again once the evaluation is done. So, Corporal, if the evaluation gets done today, and if he's still there tomorrow morning, let me see him tomorrow morning. If the evaluation doesn't get done until tomorrow, we'll see him the following day, the following first appearance after the evaluation. So, Mr. Collette, I'll be seeing you in the near future if you don't post bond. Mr. Collette, there is a condition of random error analysis on your bond. Do you have any questions, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. We'll see you soon.
I had done an appointment with life management at one time. He wouldn't go.
The jail will ask them to see him. They have a contract with the county, so they see individuals in the jail. Okay. Corporal, anything else in that case?
No, sir.
All right. The next person that has friends or family here is Thais Pender.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Chapman. You're here because you've been accused of one count of reckless driving and one count of aggravated fleeing and eluding. That's a second-degree felony. The first one is a misdemeanor or criminal traffic. I'm going to just tell you there is probable cause in the complaint, and I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Listen to Mr. McDaniel, your attorney for today's purposes.
Your Honor, we just asked.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Mitchell.
Nothing from the state.
Mr. Chapman, I'm going to set you a bond. I think you're entitled to a bond, Mr. Chapman, based upon the speeds and the location and the driving pattern that's alleged. I'm going to set your bond at $15,000 on the second-degree felony, $5,000 on the reckless driving. Your total bond today, excuse me, is $20,000 cash or surety. Cash or surety means that you do not have to come up with all the money. You can go through a bondsman. That's what a surety bond is. So if you go through a bondsman, what they charge you is something you negotiate with them, but normally it's around 10%. 10% will be $2,000. I'm going to ask the jail to give you a notice for your court date, which will be January the 6th at 8:30, and you will get to use the phone in just a few minutes, sir, to try to post the bond. Do you have any questions?
No.
All right. Wish you the best, sir.
Thank you.
How much do you say? Yeah, I already saw it and looked at it.
No convictions. Yeah. 15.
That's not what it says. That's not the one she showed me, then. Mr. Richardson, good morning. Mr. Richardson, you're here for one count of petty theft. Mr. Richardson, I read the complaint. There is probable cause for the charge. Actually, I think I'm the judge that may have signed the warrant, so I found probable cause when I signed it. Corporal, the lieutenant told us this morning that the criminal history was not running out of state records earlier this morning. Is that still the case?
As far as we know, sir.
Okay. So, Mr. Richardson, usually I have out-of-state criminal history, and today, unfortunately, I don't have that. So let me ask you a couple of questions. Do you have any charges pending anywhere, Mr. Richardson?
No, sir.
Are you on any probation anywhere?
No, sir.
And when's the last time, if ever, you've been charged with a crime?
I haven't.
You've never been charged with a crime anywhere?
Mm-hmm.
Great. And you live in Delville?
Yes, sir.
There's another gentleman by that name, and I assume that when you looked him up, I don't know, I mean, there was a warrant that was issued for him. He was on probation, but it's not the same person. So I assumed, I looked at it and I didn't see anything either. And I was like,
You're saying this case isn't the same?
no, I'm not saying this case is not that person. I'm saying that there was another person that same name in Florida that was on probation, because it's unusual for you to set a warrant for a second-degree misdemeanor.
I think I'm going to read the I couldn't open the complaint. Our system was down earlier.
And then
But I'm going to read the complaint
since they
if it's
left that
open.
Wednesday.
And then he probably was with somebody. And I think it probably was a warrant issue for the other person. Law enforcement asked for a warrant for both. But let's see what we've got here. Oh, it's a really bad copy. Yeah, it says they, mentions they. There's at least 2 defendants. Okay. Mr. Mitchell, anything from the state?
Just a moment here. I was looking them up too. I didn't see any history in Florida, at least, so nothing at this time.
Mr. McDaniel, anything?
Yeah, I didn't see anything in Florida either, but I don't know about Alabama.
Okay. Mr. Richardson, I'm going to let you pick between a bond and a conditional release because of your criminal history and because you're accused of a misdemeanor. If you would like to post a bond, the bond I normally would set for this charge is $2,500. Some people prefer a bond. Some people prefer a conditional release. Has he been explained what a conditional release is, Mr. McDaniel? A conditional release is different than a bond. So the way a bond works is you either put up all $2,500 or you go through a bondsman and they charge you an agreed upon fee to get you out of jail. Usually it's around 10% of the bond. That's the way a bond works. Someone in your situation with your history, though, is going to be offered a conditional release. Do you want to talk to him about a PTI resolution if Mr. Mitchell's agree? Or would you rather him come back for arraignment date?
Mr. Richardson,
Hold on, John. I think I'd rather bring him back for an arraignment date. That way we can run the NCIC and see
Wanna get a
get
written
time
history?
to see if he has anything in
No
Alabama.
problem. So, Mr. Richardson, a conditional release means you get out of jail without putting up any money. You don't have to go through a bondsman. You don't put up any money out of jail to get out of jail. The trade-off for a conditional release is this: if you accept the conditional release, what happens is that you have more rules to follow than a bond has. So, on a bond, you've got a condition not to go to any Walmart, don't miss any court dates, don't be charged with any new crimes. If you accept the conditional release, you have those same conditions, plus you have other conditions. You have to report in by phone once a week. You have a condition not to possess or consume alcoholic beverages. And on a conditional release, you also have to pay a cost of supervision, which is $30 a month. So usually a conditional release turns out being cheaper than a bond, but a conditional release has more rules to follow. That's the trade-off. You're under court supervision on a conditional release, a more intense form of supervision than you are on a bond. So you get to pick. If you'd rather post a bond, either by putting up all $2,500 or going through a bondsman, that's fine. On the other hand, if you'd rather accept a conditional release and get out of jail without putting up any money, that's fine too. It's entirely up to you. Do you have any questions about your choice between the bond and the conditional release?
Okay, conditional release.
You want to take the conditional release? Is that what you said?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Richard, I'm going to grant you the conditional release. What's going to happen next, sir, is they're going to bring you to the courthouse because that's where the conditional release is at. So they'll let you get dressed. They'll let you use the phone for transportation to call somebody if you wish. Then they'll bring you to the courthouse because you'll meet with a conditional release officer, Mr. Goodson or Mr. Ham, one of those guys. Once you meet with them, they're going to go over the conditional release with you. They're going to give you a copy of all the rules in writing. They'll give you a chance to ask any questions, and then you'll be free to leave. So if you do call friends or family, you can tell them you can be picked up at the Jackson County Courthouse in roughly 30 to 45 minutes, Mr. Richardson. And lastly, when you get here, they're going to give you a notice for your next court date. They'll get you to sign for that notice. You will not get a notice in the mail. They'll put a notice in your hand. That'll be the only notice you get, and that should be January the 5th At 9 a.m. will be your court date. They'll give you that notice downstairs. Mr. Richardson, do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right, sir. We'll see you in a little while.
All right.
Next case is Taj Smith. Mr. Smith, good morning. Mr. Smith, you're here because you've been accused of one count of principal in the first degree to first degree misdemeanor of petty theft. Mr. Smith, there is probable cause for that charge in the complaint. I've also looked at your criminal history, which shows you've been to prison twice and getting out of prison in May of this year. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you and listen to your attorney, then we're going to go from there. Mr. McDaniel.
Your Honor, I've talked to Mr. Smith. He's going to plead no contest. The charge is listed. You understand he's been sentenced to 90 days in the county jail. You have 1 day jail credit. There'll be reservation on the restitution that might be owed. And he has signed his plea waiver form, waiving his right to jury trial and call witnesses.
Thank you. Mr. Mitchell, anything?
That is agreeable with the state, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Smith, do you have any questions about that agreement, sir?
What doing in 90 days? I do get game time with this, right?
I can't promise you game time because I don't know how your behavior at the jail is going to work out. What I can tell you is you're legally eligible for game time, and most people get it. But that's dependent upon you following the jail rules. As long as you follow the jail rules, then yes, you should get quite a bit of game time. You can get up to a maximum you can get is 10 days per month off of your sentence. Any other questions?
No, sir, there's not.
Is that the plea you want to enter, sir?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Smith, I'm going to accept your plea of no contest to the charge of retail theft, first degree misdemeanor. I'm going to judge you guilty of that offense. I'm going to sentence you to 90 days in jail, Mr. Smith, but you have credit for 1 day you've served. I'm also going to order court costs and fines of $370 and reserve jurisdiction for a period of 60 days. We either got to have an order entered within 60 days, or Mr. Mitchell will need you to schedule a hearing within that 60 days if restitution is not agreed upon. Mr. Smith, talk to the jail after first appearance about the public works program if that's something that interests you. That's the trustee program you're talking about to get you some extra game time. Mr. Smith, there's no probation involved in this case. You finish this jail sentence, you're through with this case. Any questions, sir?
No, sir, there's not.
Wish you the best, Mr.
Mr.
Smith.
Smith, let me go ahead and ask you. I mean, so they said it was $582.33 that was stolen. That would be what the restitution amount would be. So if you want to agree to that, then I can just go ahead and do a restitution order on that today. If you don't, then the state can try to schedule a hearing and try to prove it, but if you want to agree to it, it's $582.33 would be the restitution order. And that'll be a civil judgment against you. It's not,
I mean, I can do that.
You're all right with that? Okay. $582.33 restitution order.
And that'll be a civil judgment against you. In other words, Mr. Smith, because you've got a jail sentence, that doesn't increase your jail sentence. There'll be a civil judgment if you ever win the lottery or if you ever buy or sell real property in Jackson County. It may be collected at some point, but that's
33.
it's not going to affect your release date at all. Okay.
That'd be joint and severally liable with any.
Well, I
other
can't order
defendants
joint and several.
that gets, if they get arrested on it. Yeah.
If someone else is ordered, yeah, I will obviously. But as of right now, since he's the first,
Yeah, they just have street names on the other two co-defendants for right now. So
yeah, he didn't know them. That's what the complaint says. So how do we do that if he's the first one sentenced?
Sentence in there that says that if any other defendants are charged with it, then he'd be joint and severally liable.
Yeah, so that's what we need to do. I'm not ordering it joint and several because I don't have anybody to order joint and several with, but you can put a sentence in there that says it will be joint and several if anyone else is ordered to pay it. So what we're talking about, Mr. Smith, means if someone else is charged with this, you may be paying restitution with them, not all by yourself. That's what that means. Okay.
That's fine.
Have a good day, sir.
All right, you too.
Thank you. After Mr. Smith, we have Kim Vinson. I did not get to this case. Mr. Benson, you're here for a review of the weekend first appearance. It looks like the judge during the weekend first appearance reviewed the case, found probable cause, and set you a bond of $2,500. But when did you brought back today?
He didn't know who the victim was. He couldn't pull up anything on CCIS, so just let him know who the victim is. No contact with.
hang on.
So the system was down this weekend?
It's been down since last Wednesday, or Jackson County. Every other county's working, but Jackson County's not.
I might be able to give you the name.
So is your understanding that's the only reason Mr. Benson was brought back was to
That's my understanding.
address the no contact condition?
It's Lowe's. It's a business.
So Mr. Benson, you got a bond that was set by the weekend judge, and the person or place you can have no contact with is Lowe's. So as part of your bond, you can have no contact with any Lowe's. That's who's accused you of this. Any questions?
Yes, sir.
Have a good day. Have a good day. Ms. Pender, good morning. Ms. Pender, your cousin Terica is here. Ms. Pender, you've been accused of one count of misdemeanor criminal mischief and one count of felony launching a missile into a building. Ms. Pender, there is probable cause for these two charges. I've also looked at your criminal history, and it looks to me like you've got an outstanding warrant in Bay County. Now, it's the same name, same date of birth, same middle name, so I think it's the same person. So keep in mind, I'm going to set your bond in these cases today, but keep in mind, I don't think you're going to be released. I'm going to ask the jail to check with Bay County after the first appearance and let you know and verify that. But it looks to me like you got a shoplifting charge down there with from October, an October warrant. So listen to the attorneys and then we'll address your bond status. Mr. McDaniel, anything?
Just ask for a reasonable bond, Your Honor.
Mr. Mitchell?
What's that Bay County case number? If you don't have it, I can just pull it up later.
I didn't write it down.
Then nothing as of right now.
So Ms. Pender, on the misdemeanor, I'm going to set your bond at $5,000. On the felony, your bond's going to be $15,000 because it's a second degree felony. Your total bond in Jackson County is $20,000. You've got a condition, no contact with the alleged victim. And you're not the alleged victim, correct? Okay, just want to make sure. And Ms. Pender, keep in mind that if you post bond, I'm going to ask the jail to tell you about the warrant in Bay County before you make that bond decision, because you need to know that before you decide whether or not to post bond. The other thing we got to do is give you notice for your court date, Ms. Pender. And that will be, should have done that on Mr. Collette too.
I think it's 5th or 6th. Give me a second. I can pull it up for you.
Can you,
It's the 5th. It's January 5th.
Stacy, will you make a note? Pamela has her updated sheet. She changed the color combination and I don't have them back yet. I need them back. Please, if you don't mind.
Emphasize 5th for the misdemeanor, 6th for the felony.
January 6th at 8:30 a.m. will be your court date. Ms. Pender, do you have any questions?
No.
Ma'am, in the courtroom, do you have any questions?
Can you tell me more about Bay County?
I just saw it this morning. I looked it up. It was a petty theft and it was an October warrant. I could give you a little more information, give Ms. Pender a little more information if you want. It's the chance of being a different person with the same middle name is really unlikely because of the middle name's an unusual name. So let's see what we got here. I didn't look to see the specifics of it. So Mr. Mitchell, it looks like it's Bay County case.
Is it 4796 MM?
Yes, 4796 MM. And the allegations, Ms. Pender, against you in Bay County, Walmart theft, there's allegedly, and it was of alcohol, allegedly stealing 2 bottles of Patron liquor, 1 bottle of Deuce or Ducey liquor, not sure how you say that, and 1 bottle of Hennessy liquor valued at more than $100. And allegedly this occurred in Lynn Haven on October 7th. Supposedly it was captured on video. So that's what you're accused of. Any other questions, ma'am? All right. Wish you the best, Ms. Pender.
Okay.
All right. So that's it for friends or family, Mr. Corporal. So let's go back to the top of our list, which is William Chapman.